We are in Ireland for round 2 of Drift Masters. It's raining and almost snowing, and now it's sun, so it's changing constantly. It's very unpredictable what's it going to be this weekend, but we are ready. The car has been in Ireland for 4 weeks now. We picked it up on Thursday, and yeah, it's all ready to go. We're putting on some rain tires for just be prepared if it's gonna be raining during the session. Today is just practice day. It's currently Friday, and we are preparing for the first practice, which will be in 2.5 hours. Just gonna dial in the car. Been changing the front springs to help us reduce the lift going through the corners, so I will have more stable steering. It will probably introduce more understeer, which I will feel pretty fast if it does. And then we'll change back to the old setup. But I hope it's gonna be for the better and make the car good to drive. It was pretty good in Spain, so fingers crossed it will work okay. If it's gonna be dry, I will love it. Been practicing it a lot in the simulator, and yeah, just getting there, and we'll see how it goes. Day 1 is done. Practice. We had a good day. Managed to do a lot of laps. I think we used 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of tires. So that's like 8 or 10 runs today. So pretty good. Feeling good in the lead, and did some great chase-ons and just dialing the car. So now it's time to pick up the rest of the team at the airport, and we will do some checks on the car tonight, and tomorrow morning we will start off with practice before the qualification. So stay tuned. Heading to the airport. Looking forward to pick up my teammates Susanne, Vetle, and Mats and Andreas. It's been me and Dad for some days now.
Rett frem.
I will. It's been me and Dad for some days now, and yeah, I mean, when I'm...
Hold til venstre ved veiskillet.
Shut up! It's when I'm alone and with Dad. It's when I see how much goes into everything, and that it's not a one-man show. I'm incredibly lucky to have my teams, and they do an incredible job all weekend, just making sure that the car is all good and everything is settled with the tire changing, fuel, making food, just keeping everything tidy, keeping everything nice, and the car clean, repairing if anything is needed, adjusting the wheel alignment, everything. It's gonna be nice to get them back. It's been a lot to do for me and Dad, so yeah, looking forward. Finally, ready for a nice weekend. Yes. Yo. Hello. So, practice session is done. Qualification is now live. We are car number 40 to qualify. So we will have to do a good job because the level of driving is really high today. Had a really good practice. Doing a lot of chasing actually because I feel confident in the lead, but chase has been one of my weaker parts, and that's why I wanted to chase all day. And yeah, it's starting to feel good both in lead and chase. So now we are just hoping for a dry qualification. It's some heavy clouds over us, but yeah, it's changing all the time. So let's go for it.
Right now we have got another heavy downpour of rain coming on the track, which means our next driver, Oran Nielsen, is going to be under pressure. This is the heaviest we've seen it yet, Ian.
Yeah,
this is going to be tough.
I just had to stand up to take a look out because it looked worse than what it is, and it is really coming down now. But Oran Nielsen won't mess around. He doesn't care, Dave. Through the gears he goes, and this man's been on his roof, upside down and everything in the last 2 years. What can he do here in Mondello Park? Almost had success last year, but it just didn't pull off for him. But now he's looking like he's on form. This is very controlled from Oran Nielsen, one of the biggest cars on the circuit. This Toyota Supra making it work right now. The weight probably going to his advantage as Nielsen fulfills the outside zone and gets it dialed as he looks to flick across the circuit now. One treacherous part left to go between these two wall runs. Can he hold on to it? He certainly can as Nielsen puts the wheel to the line and the bumper to the wall as Nielsen fulfills the zones and gets the job done.
That's incredibly impressive in these conditions. I mean, it is absolutely pouring down.
In a double-decker bus, basically.
Yeah. He's got the biggest car. It's the worst conditions and rain. And you know what the worst thing is? It actually stops. So the only run with that level of rain is Oran Nielsen's, and he does a great job. Crowd appreciate it. They know how tough this track can be. If you're a drift fan from Ireland, you know this. You would have seen 55 spins at this stage usually because it's that. But these guys are, they're taking to it. And I wanted to not say duck to water, but that's where
Just
we're
say
at.
it. Just
like a duck to water.
Yeah, there you go.
But Oran, look at that. There's so much work going on in the car because he doesn't know what the conditions are like. He can barely see out the windows, and he still puts a solid run in. That's an incredible achievement from Oran Nielsen, and I think probably one of the most naturally talented drivers on the grid.
100%. This guy is so committed, you know, does a lot of work himself. You see him on social media repairing the car, building the engines. He's always up to something behind the scenes, and Oran Nielsen lays down an absolute stormer of a run right there in, as Dave says, probably the heaviest rain we've seen all day, and he takes top spot with a 92-point qualifying run.
In the worst conditions all day, Oran Nielsen, and literally the worst conditions in a massive downpour, goes #1 in qualifying. Forget your Irish, your Finnish, and your Polish. It is Norway on top spot right now. It's heating up even though the track isn't, and that is impressive.
Did you just see the onboard?
I did not.
He was throwing signs at the camera while doing the last turn.
Calm down, Oran Nielsen. He's showing off now. I like it though.
Good morning. On my way to 12:32 practice. Yesterday was a great day. We managed to qualify P7 with 92 points. So yeah, it was very slippery, but now it's dry. The sun is out. Let's hope it keeps that way. Good morning. It's a beautiful day here in Mandela Park, Ireland. We are currently waiting for top 32 to start. It's been a very good practice session. We had some chase runs. The first one, I actually hit Jakob in the last corner. But I think that would have been a good decision for me in a battle because he's really fast and you need to stick to his door. So you have to sacrifice something. Did some lead runs and I had a little bit struggle in the first lead run where I was too early in initiation. These are new tires for me now on the dry. I run the Valinos, so just had to get used to it. But on the second one, felt much better, got more speed and more flow through the track. So feeling ready. Let's hope for a good day. I would say the car is working better than ever and I'm feeling really good on the track. So I guess we have what we can and we will just push hard today.
Når alle her står og ser på, så det fy faen, nå skulle han der luringen der stå og le av meg.
Han holder på med bilen eller noe. Kanskje du,
Nice weather.
hvis du finner en fille eller et eller annet, så kan du se ut som du gjør noe.
Så ser ut som du gjør noe.
Dette finn deg fille og
Du kan I hvert fall få det til å se ut som du gjør noe, vet du.
ta og gjøre se ut som du gjør noe. Right.
Getting ready for top 32.
Yeah,
Car is ready.
car is ready
Yeah.
on Valino tires.
Nice.
Tire pressure, okay.
Yeah. Fuel.
Momentum,
Okay.
yeah. So it's ready to go.
Nice.
So
Who
we-
are we meeting in top 32?
Timu
Team Peltola.
Peltola
Yeah.
with the diesel.
This.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Here we go. Teemu Peltola against Oran Nielsen. I've been looking forward to this one because,
I just want to see the wagon.
you know, if you're looking at modern drift cars, you go, you know what I'll do? A diesel Mercedes against a Toyota Soarer. There's some common things you'll see in Drift Masters, but for some reason they've made these cars work so well. Oran Nielsen from Norway, Teemu Peltola from Finland, and Peltola running 5 bar of boost in this Mercedes wagon on a diesel engine, 1200 Newton meters. And this is going to be interesting because both of these guys have been driving very well. Look at the cloud of black smoke off the start line from Teemu Peltola. Here we go through the chicane they are, and Oran Nielsen to lead them in.
Yeah, Nielsen leading them in. Oh, a big pace, and I wonder if there's a problem with Peltola's Mercedes-Benz wagon because it didn't get up and go. And yeah, look at this, a massive loss, maybe no power, and that allows Oran Nielsen to drive away. And such a shame. Peltola's been absolutely flying this weekend,
And
Dave.
that's 2 rounds in a row where mechanical failure has cost Teemu Peltola because in the first round they had an engine failure. They were absolutely flying in practice and qualifying. But when it comes to the top 32, the car completely shuts down. The Irish audience give a round of applause to Teemu Peltola. Unfortunately, going all the way from Finland, not getting the result, and it looks like he's got absolutely no drive in that Mercedes there. It just looks like it's cruising to a halt.
Yeah, look at that. She tried to initiate, yeah.
Just no wheel speed. We're going to see if there is. We've got white smoke, we've got black smoke, we haven't got a new pulp, but we have got Teemu Peltola coming off the start line, and he's got power.
He's got power and he's going for it this time now, and he has a big initiation and fires a car in. Oran Nielsen a little bit surprised by that. Maybe didn't think it was going to happen, but he goes 2 wheels on the inside of the circuit, and that will be points deducted, but it will be advantage for Nielsen at the moment. He's going very wide. Oh, he's flicking the car all over the circuit, loses grip, loses the back end, back into it he goes, and Oran Nielsen trying to adjust, trying to balance, just trying to put on a fair fight. As they come towards the finish line, Nielsen says, I'm glad that one's done.
Yeah, Oran Nielsen was like, I have no idea what's going on in front of me here right now, but he did well to adapt to it. And Teemu did everything he could do. He wanted to go out on his feet.
Yeah.
Wanted to go out drifting, not in the pits. And I think Teemu, a little smile there, just said, at least I got a good run in. But I think it's going to be the end of the weekend for Teemu. He definitely did some rallycross there as he came through the first corner.
And not your typical rallycross car either.
No, well, it's not your typical car for drifting either. I mean, a lot of people probably arrived here with a full load of kids in the back of one of these, and he's here drifting it with 1,200 Newton meters of torque. So I think Oran Nielsen just playing it safe, just backed off a little bit and said, I'll just see what he's going to do. I'll try and see what he's going to do. As they get out of the car, they're going to have a decision from the judges. It's for a space in the top 16, and it is going to be Oran Nielsen getting the win. Oran Nielsen getting the win and going through. Not a surprise.
So through to top 16 after our battle with Teemu Peltola. Important to get the car nice and shiny for the parade. Really exciting stuff. Oran is driving great this weekend, so hopefully we can climb really high this weekend. Really looking forward to it.
It's time for top 16 against Fionn Roach. I'm going to push hard. This is going to be fun.
Big battle here for two guys trying to get form going in the championship. Youngster, 19 years of age, Fionn Roach from Ireland, will go up against Oran Nielsen. Oran Nielsen in that bright orange Soarer from Norway. And Oran Nielsen, he hasn't been tested in the top 32. He got through it pretty easy.
Very, very similar. Not a lot of points separating them. They wait for their green light to go. Nielsen, I think, is going to bring a little bit of experience here, but the fearlessness of the young Irishman could prove a little bit too strong. They're through the gears, down over the hill, and a big flick from Oran Nielsen. Not scared to put that Toyota Soarer right where it needs to be, and Fionn Roach ends up on the grass, wandering and wavering, throwing that car around. He knows that Nielsen is a steely competitor, but can he glue it to the door? And look at this from Nielsen. The lead line is unbelievable, and he goes for a big dive, and he almost throws it off circuit. Fionn Roach throwing everything at this run.
Yeah, Fionn Roach not backing down from the challenge, but a couple of waivers in that chase position. Oran Nielsen's lead run was absolutely textbook there.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. That guy, I think it's just Ireland.
Yeah, he loves it here.
Randaloo and Nielsen love this track.
They do, and I mean, that's a big old car, that Toyota Soarer, but he makes it look so nimble. Fionn Roach does a good job in terms of proximity, but a lot of it's a little bit wild. It's cutting the track, and he's doing a lot to try and stay in it now. Don't get me wrong, he's getting points for this. He's getting proximity for this. But it was, for me, just a couple of moments where he had to back off, dive in again, especially here as they transition to the last wall. Fionn Roach absolutely fires it through the smoke here. Look at this. Goes through almost over. Oh, he hits Nielsen's rear wheel, I think, and then has to get back on it again. So a little bit of contact between both cars. But you know what? Both will score. No inactives. It's very much still on the line for the second run. Still in the balance. A place in the top 8 up for grabs. But both drivers would love to be there in another 50 seconds time as they go through the gears and up to 4th gear, 140k. And Nielsen leaving it late to get in on Fionn Roach as they come through that first corner. But Nielsen not got the pace. Fionn Roach absolutely up and gone through that first corner. And Nielsen now having to scramble back into the battle as Fionn Roach transitions back. This is very neat and tidy from Fionn Roach. Oh, late transition from Oran Nielsen, but he makes it work. And Nielsen now up in his business as they come through that last corner. Fionn Roach with a lot of bravery through that first corner.
Unbelievable lead line there for Fionn Roach, and there was a few moments there where Oran Nielsen, I didn't think he was going to take the opportunity to make that dive. Look at this on initiation, way earlier than Oran Nielsen, and for me, Fionn Roach fulfills all of these zones perfectly. Nielsen takes the opportunities though, dives where he can dive, goes for those moments of glamour, you know, those big impact shots, but is it enough? For me, the one onto the wall, Dave, was brave.
There's anything that, you know, technically we didn't see, and we watched it very I would say layman's, we watch it as entertainment, but they watch it very much from a technical perspective. Going through to the top 8 at round 2 of Drift Masters is Oran Nielsen. Oran Nielsen gets the win. Oran Nielsen gets the win and goes through. And we're going to jump that back over to you, Kevin. It looked to us like a little bit of separation. Might have threw it Fun Roach's way. But you guys going with Oran Nielsen. Talk us through it.
Yes, I could see that point of view, Dave, for sure. But what we, as always, we compare lead to lead and chase to chase. And if you compare the two leads, Oran's was actually perfect. I had no notes to take down on it here, and I gave it a full 10 out of 10. Whereas Fionn, unfortunately, making a few errors, hitting the curb at 2 and putting a rear wheel onto the concrete at 4 as well. So you look at that, Oran has already taken the advantage on the leads, and then you compare the chases then. Fionn had a great chase, but he was making some major mistakes in my opinion. He had a wheel up in the curb at inner zone 2, and he had a big over rotation in front of us here at outer zone 6, whereas Oran didn't have as much proximity, but he wasn't making those big errors. So over the lead and the chase, Oran takes both.
Oliver Randalou and Oran Nielsen looking for a spot in the top 4. Norway versus Estonia. As Oran Nielsen, you know, he's been so good in that lead position, but Randalou, you can keep punching him and he just keeps getting up because he loves Mondello Park. He knows how to drive this track, and this could be his day. He's in the lead position from Norway. Randalou in the chase, and look at Randalou creeping off the line. He's ready for this one.
Yeah, he is ready for this one. He's tasted the champagne here before in Mondello Park. Oran Nielsen been so close. We're talking about close. Look at Randalou. Whoa, wow, he washes and almost hits the back end of Oran Nielsen's Soarer. They managed to get themselves out of it, back into outside zone 4. And Oliver Randalou held on for dear life there as now Nielsen puts the back end of that Soarer to the wall, into the outside zone. Randalou back in the fight, but that was a huge error.
Yeah, Randalou pushed, but he pushed a little too hard through the first corner and had to kind of straighten up where he was going off the track. Again, Oran Nielsen on race, like Mr. Scalextrics out there. He's just doing the same thing over and over again, not making any errors. And I love how his transition is so delayed because his car is so big that Randalou has to go, whoa, and then transition towards the wall because it's a big old car. Look at that, Randalou. It's not a major straighten, but he comes in here and he has to hit the brakes and make a mistake. So it looks to me like Nielsen will take the advantage here. It doesn't look like he did anything untoward there in the lead position. Yeah, more talking, less thinking. That's
No,
we're not allowed to think. So here we go, Estonia against Norway once again now. It looks like Nielsen has the advantage, but can Randalou pull something out of the bag?
Yeah, well, he's got a big mistake to rectify, and Oran Nielsen's giving the room to manoeuvre, and Oran Nielsen maybe knows he's got a bit of an advantage going into the second half of this battle, but Oliver Randalou trying to do everything he can to drive away, and he's doing a good job so far as Oran Nielsen looks for the side of that yellow BMW. Wow, that line from Oliver Randalou into the outside zone was impeccable as he finishes up the run. Oh!
Almost had a collision after the finish line. To me, it looks like Oran just didn't have the pace. That's what it looked like. It looked like from the off, Randalou's car was just that bit faster. Now, you can talk about being tentative because of the mistake. I think Oran Nielsen would have liked to have been a little closer. It didn't look like at any point, even the safer parts of the course, the two big outer zones, he didn't really make a move. And Oliver Randalou doing all he could do. Now, he has got that big error from the first round. That's, I think, probably going to decide the judging decision. Did he do enough? But Nielsen not making any major errors here, but he's not really doing anything proximity-wise either. So maybe a tactic, maybe not, but it looks like he was a little outpaced there. Got the Estonian fans absolutely screaming in the grandstands, having a great time. They think they're hoping that Oliver Randalou's got this, but Oran Nielsen has a very, very good lead run under his belt, so the judges are going to have a good look back at everything to see what exactly happened. It is for a space in the final 4, and the winner is Oran Nielsen. Oran Nielsen goes through to the Final Four, his first Final Four in Drift Masters. And I'll tell you what, you can see what it means to that young Norwegian. After all of the hardship last year, rolling the car on its roof, smashing it into walls, this is the first weekend where it's all come together.
It certainly has, David. Look at him, he is absolutely ecstatic, and he deserved it. It was an incredible lead line, a good chase. I think it was a technical chase. I think he knew he had an advantage going into the second half of the run, and he played it safe.
Well, we have Becky down trackside with a man who's finally done it, Becky. He's in the top 4.
Oran, you must be absolutely delighted into your first 4 of Drift Masters. I mean, we've seen everything from you. We've seen crashes, we've seen rolls, and now we see you heading towards that top spot. What is going through your mind right now?
Right now, I'm lost for words. I have chills, I'm almost crying, everything. This is just amazing. I mean, we've been in Drift Masters since 2020, and we've been working hard for this, my team, and the car's been through 2 rolls, and we're here in top 4. I'm just super grateful for my partners and team and everything. Yeah, I'm just having a blast.
That's amazing. Now, we were watching your car there. Are you feeling that it's got the pace to keep up there?
We have more grip to get, so we will get there.
Thank you so much, Oran, and we'll see you in the top 4.
We can see trying to hold back the emotion there is Oran Nielsen. And you know, some of these guys have been traveling all over Europe year after year, hardship after hardship. And remember, he's coming from Norway across everywhere in Europe to try and compete. His first ever top 4. And you know what? No young man more deserving to get a reward from the 4 years of hardship he's had to deal with. And here he is. He said he's got more grip to put in the car. I can guarantee he's going to find it.
Top 4, baby!
All of you need to just listen and go, it's insane. There's no other way. Now we go to our other semi-final. Dwayne McKeever would love to lock it out as an all-Irish final, but he goes up against Oran Nielsen.
This guy has been through it all. Dwayne McKeever stands in his way. Is he going to let him stand in his way?
Has he got the pace? Has he got the pace? Ian, they go through the gears. McKeever's the fastest man on circuit right now, and Nielsen has the pace.
Yeah, he does have the pace. Can he hold on to it, or is he going to fall off track like Juha Rittinen? He does. He makes a massive mistake. He has to reinitiate into outside zone 4, and Oran Nielsen can't hang with Dwayne McKeever as McKeever now puts the back bumper to the wall and starts to drive away once again as Oran Nielsen has to get back into the fight.
Nielsen put the grip in the car, but it also lost grip on the front of the car. Too much in the rear, not enough in the front, meant he understeered badly in the chase there.
Yeah, he certainly did. Look at this, you can see it clear as day. Disappears from the back end of Dwayne McKeever's car, and he's gone. He's in no man's land. He's lost in the smoke at that point, and he straightens for a short amount of time before he has to reinitiate.
He's fallen off. McKeever looks laser focused here though as they come off the line, and is it going to be a clean start? It is going to be a clean start as Oran Nielsen leads in McKeever. The final up for grabs.
Yeah, the final awaits for one of these guys, and Oran Nielsen does a lovely job on that lead line so far, but there's no shaking Dwayne McKeever as he fires through into outside zone 4. McKeever on the handbrake, drops down the inside ever so slightly, and Oran Nielsen goes nice and wide on 4. Big flick across the circuit. He hunts for the wall. McKeever's there. Through the smoke goes McKeever up to the side of that Toyota Soarer, and there's no shaking Dwayne McKeever. He wants it more than ever.
Oh, McKeever didn't even need to go that close, and he did. As McKeever and Nielsen await the decision, going through to the final is Dwayne McKeever. Dwayne McKeever goes through to the final, much to the delight of the Irish fans here today. It will be McKeever versus Dean in the final. Oh, I love this championship.
I can't wait. I'm more excited to see the championship order after this.
Yeah, it's going to be very mixed up. And Oran Nielsen now right back in the mix as he leaves his pit area, and all his team give him the last words of encouragement as he heads back out for the last 2 runs for him of the day. This is for the final trophy of the day. 3rd place up for grabs. Rubbing in those front tires. Front tires, the heat in those almost more important than the rears right now because of the understeer on the first corner. Listen, Oran Nielsen has been doing great lead runs. It's the chasing he's been struggling with too much understeer. So Oran Nielsen's just got to put a text point, 90-plus point run in here. Rintinen's got to go for it. He's got to go on the door. He knows how good Nielsen is. He knows how steady he is. And that big Soarer is quite, easy to chase for a nimble car like the GR86. So Rinttinen punching the steering wheel. They're ready to go. Look at the laser focus from Juha Rinttinen. It all comes down to this for these 2 gentlemen, as it's been all from Friday morning. They're now 1 trophy away from the podium. Here we go. Rinttinen in the chase. Nielsen in the lead.
Yeah, through the gears, over the hill for the last time for these guys. And look at this already. Juha Rinnan on the door. Oh! Contact on initiation. Big contact from Juha Rinnan. And now is that car 110%? Was there still a problem after that crash?
Well, I shouldn't have commented on Nielsen's car being in great condition for the finish of the event because, yeah, big hit on the door. And a wave from Oren Nielsen to the crowd saying, hey guys, I was just in a crash. See that? So this is the question now, is how heavy was the hit? Is Rintanen able to compete? Because if he's not, he is going to sacrifice the podium. But it looks like both cars are working okay. We are hearing word from our marshals that Rintanen deemed at fault. Rintanen deemed at fault for the collision on the first corner. Therefore, Oren Nielsen given the time to be able to go fix the car, and Nielsen with the big advantage. Could it be that he'll get his first ever trophy in Drift Masters?
Know what you're going to say.
Is somebody has a mechanical failure caused by another driver, they get the win of that battle, but they cannot progress and take on, they can't go to the next stage of competition. In Oren Nielsen's case, there is no next stage of competition. So if he can't fix the car, he automatically gets third position on the podium.
Looks like they've got the car running. They're going to put it in gear. They're going to try and see if it'll even drive. And you can see one of our marshals down there from Mondello Park just having a chat with Oren Nielsen to see if the car's repairable. Otherwise, we could be delaying the show and delaying everyone here.
And this is going to be...
It looks like it's a drive shaft. Looks like they're going to go for a change of a drive shaft to see if they can get him back for competition.
Now remember, he only has 10 minutes.
Yeah, and these guys won't want to go down and win this and get that podium, for a technicality. They'll want to repair the car, go out there and beat Juha Rintanen fair and square.
So we have got clock ticking on Oren Nielsen and his team. Everyone's under that car to try and repair it now because they don't have to, but they want to. They want to win it on the track, not in the pits. And that's the amazing thing about drifting.
Under the helmet, there's still a smile on his face there. Can you give us a quick update as to how it's all going here for you?
So my team is currently working hard on the car. I know that Juha is really quick, so I pushed all I had up to the initiation and did a big flick, as I love to do. And then I just felt a really hard hit, and I had no chance to save it. And I went onto the grass, and then when I was driving onto the track, the car was feeling like it was a debooted tire, but it wasn't. So actually it was the drive shaft that's broken, I think. So it only spins on one wheel.
Absolutely. And you know what? We've got to talk about this. Drift drivers never give up. They don't want to go out and forfeit it. They want to always have a battle on the line. I mean, you could still get third place, but you want to put it all down on the line and make sure it's done properly.
Trying to, I think, remove maybe the other... they've just called time, I do believe. Yeah, look at that.
Time called on Oren Nielsen's team, Dean and Dwayne McKeever. And I think because it's the final here at Mondello Park, and because everybody you can see official there, third place for Oren Nielsen, he gets the third. First podium in Drift Masters. What a moment for the Norwegian team. And you can see his Norwegian comrades there, all Torne Kavia, all his team helping out. Wow, what an amazing time here at Mondello Park. Be perfectly. I'm not saying you have to, but it would be amazing if everybody got up on their feet for the final.
I don't know what to say. This is just amazing. I mean, we joined Drift Masters in 2020, and we've been wanting this. We've been hungry all the time. It's just been bad and unfortunate happenings along the way, and now we're here. I mean, so many thanks to my team. I don't know what to say.